On to some tweets. Matt Couch says, "How would this judge do a Okay, no, it wasn't Don Jr. who said they needed Secret Service clearance. It was Matt Couch. Mm-hmm. So when I'm getting Don Jr. confused with Matt Couch, you know I'm having a good day."
He's one too many beers in, everybody.
I've only had, okay, they're just the little shorty cans. They're not the tall boys. And
I like how
I'm only on my third.
I was about to say, I like how you started with quantity and then you backpedaled to size.
Hey, quantity is size. If I was on my third tall boy, that's a lot more beer than on my third short boy.
It is. I just it was funny to listen to.
Okay. Matt Couch says, "How would this judge do a property evaluation of Mar-a-Lago without viewing said property, which would require Secret Service clearance? This judge is unequivocally full of shit."
Again, the judge does not go and physically bicycle around Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. Could you imagine if that was part of your job? Like, oh, yeah, as my job of being judge, I have to go, like, to this tropical resort.
I mean, if you're
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, if you're Clarence Thomas, you'll write an entire essay about how, isn't it okay for me to have friends who have the money to let me have a good time? And ignore the fact that those friends just happen to be lobbying for me to have particular political opinions.
So Monorail 425 says quantity and quality are two different things. Less Than Lucid just made shit bounce around my screen. Thanks for that. Monorail 425 says quantity and quality are two different things. Yeah, but I'm drinking Blue Moon, so I can't really speak to quality. It's like I acknowledge that Blue Moon is objectively shit. But like I'm not going to be one of these guys who pretends to like a hoppy IPA.
I think
nobody actually likes that shit. It tastes gross. Nobody likes it. I refuse to believe that anybody likes a hoppy IPA.
This feels like there was a manager I had years ago who said that he refuses to believe that anybody likes hot food, like food that is sometimes physically painful to eat. And I'm just sitting there like listening to him say that, going, "My guy, you watched me eat ghost pepper sauce you brought to the store and enjoy it. What the fuck are you doing?" So I'm just sitting here like, I don't drink beer, so I have no opinion here. But like,
so, Tomoko Lovecraft says Blue Moon is better than Budweiser. Yes, it is. It's better than Budweiser. It's better than Coors.
So if the floor is garbage, it's like the stool on top of the floor.
Yeah. Well, it's a Belgian wheat ale. It's easy to drink. It doesn't it's not overly bitter. It's actually got a pleasant flavor. Like most beers do not actually taste good.
Mm-hmm.
A Belgian wheat ale actually has a little bit of a pleasant flavor to it. So like, I don't know. It's a cheap Belgian wheat ale, but like everybody hates it. So like, I'm always a little bit embarrassed when I'm carrying my big case of Belgian Moon into the house. Sorry, Blue Moon.
Belgian Moon?
It's the same shit. No, there's two brands that it's identical, but like it's Belgian Moon and Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what region you're in, you'll get one or the other, but it's the exact same shit, both owned by Molson. I don't know why there's even a difference. The logo's even the fucking same.
I actually did not know about that.
Yeah,
I guess that's like how so this matters because I'm in Georgia, but I don't think it matters where you are. I don't think it changes, but like Dr. Pepper here is either bottled by Pepsi or Coke, depending on if you're more south or more north in Georgia.
Okay.
So it's just one of those, like, it's no different either way, but depending on where you are, the restaurant you're at that only sells Pepsi products might have Dr. Pepper, or it might fucking not. It depends.
So if you call it soda, it's a Coke product, but if you call it pop, it's a Pepsi product.
I think I need to call an ambulance, but not for me.
No, that's a regional difference. That like when you get to north of a certain point, it's pop, but if you're south of a certain point, it's soda.
Yes, but the everything is Coke, regardless of that.
Oh no, that's supposed to be Texas. That's not supposed to be Georgia.
That happens in Texas too. I've legitimately seen people at restaurants, like friends of mine, go like, "I'll get a Coke," and the waitress go, "What kind of Coke?"
7-Up.
And like
Yeah.
a Sprite or something.
Okay, next tweet. Eudaimonia says,
Oh
one,
no.
says college should be a curriculum of classics, philosophy, political theory, theology, and history. No other options. Strong disagree. Should be lots of options in college.
Yeah, I'm just college. I hate the idea that college should A, be one thing or the other, or B, that college should be something that is only attended for the purpose of like getting a job, which severely limits the scope of what college should be. Learning for the sake of learning should be fine, regardless of what it is. If somebody wants to go and learn like classical 3D chess gender theory extravaganza, and there's a teacher willing to teach it there, and the college has it on the class, then fucking let them. That's freedom.
Dr. Shah says, what about STEM? 2, STEM and business majors should not exist. If you want to study those, do it after undergrad. Like,
What?
Okay, but the whole point of the previous things is so you get the good groundwork from which to build upon.
Is this the same Eudaimonia who's dating Shu? Hold on.
Is there a guy named Eudaimonia dating Shu?
Yes.
I don't.
I have to know now. I am stuck on this one.
I know so little about Shu. For the longest time, I actually thought Shu Unhead was Logic's girlfriend.
No, Shu was with Armored Skeptic.
Oh. Okay, well.
Yeah, Isith is with Logic, and they're still together. But no, Shu was with Armored Skeptic back in like 2014 or something like that, and now Shu is with Eudaimonia. I think it is this Eudaimonia. I think it is this Eudaimonia specifically.
I don't follow relationships at all.
This explains much, is all I will say.
Okay. Shu confuses me. Like, she legitimately confuses me. Where, like, sometimes she'll have, like, good takes, and sometimes she'll have, like, super not good takes. Like, what the fuck are you even on right now?
I get confused as well.
Oh, Plow King says, what is Shu? Shu on Head is a YouTube commentator. Shu is a Shu. And she has very confusing opinion for someone who doesn't watch her regularly. Like, I don't know how much of it is an act, how much of it is just her putting on a persona or whatever. And it's just like it takes too much effort to figure her out.
I've talked with her privately and I still don't know. I've played Among Us with her and I still don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't.
I'm so ASD that I assume Shu and JP were satire. I assume JP is Jordan Peterson.
I guess.
Ooh. Tim Poole just sent Monorail a thank you message on TikTok.
Huh. Okay. Commuter school should not exist or scarcely exist. What does it mean by commuter school?
Commuter schools are schools that are specifically designed around the idea that the students are going to live in the area and commute to the school. So they don't have things like student centers or like things on campus that a school would normally have where students can like congregate and whatever.
Oh, I mean, there are some people that just don't use those facilities anyway, so
yeah, like that's his least, like that's this person's least controversial take here, where it's like I'm ambivalent towards like the community center at a college or whatever, because like when I went to college I never went to the community center, but I was also commuting to college.
Do you have the follow-ups to this?
No. Were there follow-ups?
Oh yeah, he has 10 points total.
Oh god.
Then the fourth one's going to break you.
What's the fourth one?
All colleges should be religiously affiliated.
Oh,
A secular
fuck
college
off.
is a non sequitur.
Fuck off. And
Yeah,
he's with
no.
Shu? I thought Shu was an atheist.
Again,
Like, against religious stuff.
let's see here. I'm fairly certain, but one sec.
Did she
'Cause
go
I know that
Tradcath? I could see her going Tradcath.
She's still non-religious as far as I know, but let me see here. Do 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 do. Creator. Da, 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 da. There's the stuff on Armored Skeptic. Pretty certain it's this one because no other like relevant Eudaimonia has come up in any search, and I know the person she's dating's Twitter handle is Eudaimonia, so
Okay.
pretty sure this is the person.
Okay.
I might just do a whole fucking post on this on my own channel at some point because I mean once the strike is gone.
Yeah. Oh, YouTube strikes, man. Go to fucking copyright school, Suris.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna.
Don't you know better than to copyright people? Like, don't you know better than to just like do a reaction stream to a 90-minute video where the only thing you do is like go to the bathroom?
A friend of mine.
Sorry, that's a deep cut for what is it? QVC?
It's XQC.
XQC.
It's XQC.
Whatever. Some 3-letter jackass.
So a friend of mine, I think it was Mr. Ixit, posted on Twitter with a pick your favorite reaction streamer, and it was a black screen of a completed YouTube video just staying at the end and like not autoplaying the next thing, or an empty chair with a Blue Yeti mic next to it. Choose your favorite reaction streamer. Take your pick. It's one, the other, or both.
We are
Jesus.
so off track here. Jethro
Are we, though?
Elfman is a member. Welcome, Jethro. Hi.
His next points are anthropology and sociology are not real disciplines.
Okay.
Kill me.
Sneeko. I did not know who Sneeko was until one of my patrons sent me a message. So, fuck you, patron. Fuck you, patron, for making me aware of this jackass.
I knew who Sneeko was. I'm so sorry.
I don't know who Sneeko is.
Your life is better not knowing.
Yes, I know it was. Because he buddies around with Andrew Tate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a video of him like meeting a bunch of like 12-year-olds who were like, fuck women, trans people suck, woo, we hate gay people.
It's like, congratulations, you're influencing kids to be the worst.
Yeah, and he says, oh, they're children, they're obviously joking. That's how I was at 12. That doesn't mean it's normal.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean it's okay.
But if it sounds egregious to you, blame the rainbow flags in their classrooms. Yeah, no, it's hanging a rainbow flag up makes them anti-LGBTQ instead of this guy spewing anti-LGBTQ talking points and hanging out with Andrew Tate, the sex trafficker.
It's like, blame the media for emasculating them. How does the media emasculate
What media
them?
emasculates men? Like, fuck. Okay, so my partner and I have just watched Our Flag Means Death. Have you seen that show?
No, I haven't.
So it's the story of Stede Bonnet, who... Okay, so the real life story of Stede Bonnet, he was a wealthy landowner in, I think, Barbados, one of the Caribbean islands. Mm-hmm. And he got bored with his life, so he abandoned his family to go become a pirate. Except he was a spoiled little rich boy, so like the actual pirate's life was not that appealing to him. So he would like do things like he paid his crew a salary. And so since he was paying them a salary, they weren't really all that interested in engaging in dangerous activities that could result in them dying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, people are saying, I want to watch that So Bad Spoil Nothing, stuff like that. And like, I'm talking about the real Stede Bonnet here. The show does loosely follow his life, so there might be some mild spoilers, but the show does take some creative liberties. Like it turns Stede Bonnet and Blackbeard into a gay couple, which that actually goes a long way to explaining why Blackbeard tolerated the guy in the first place. Because Stede Bonnet would, like, historically, he was a just complete jackass, didn't know what he was doing. He was inept, he was incompetent, and he was easily manipulated.
But if he was the lover of a person who would have had him killed otherwise,
if they had this romantic connection, that would make sense, because he did end up teaming up with Blackbeard, and they sailed together for quite a while, and they did some piracy together. But then when the King of England offered the letter of marque to, like, pardon pirates if they would promise to only pirate the Spanish, Stede convinced Blackbeard to take the letter of marque, and so they went together and did that. And then Blackbeard was like, yeah, no, you're not really cut out for this pirate thing, Stede, but yeah, I'm a pirate. So he said, fuck you, and then he pirated Stede's ship.
Huh.
And that's basically where the show leaves off, is like after he ruins their crew and takes off with his ship. But like, yeah, it's a great show. It's not very historically accurate, but there's enough history there that, like, I kept on pausing it to, like, squeal with glee at this historical fact that I knew, and then my partner would look over at me and be like, it's so cute that you're so excited about this thing that nobody knows about.
It's good to have somebody who appreciates when you nerd out about something.
Yeah, Monorail saying privateers were a thing. It's like, yeah, no, privateers were a thing. That's what Stede Bonnet tried to become, but then Blackbeard pirated his ship, and he decided he was going to try and get revenge on it. But apparently being angry at someone doesn't actually make you a better sailor, so he never actually met Blackbeard again after that. But I assume in the TV show he is going to meet Blackbeard again, because there's another season coming up. Sorry, that might be spoilery. I apologize.
But
it's still a great show.
But in anime, anger makes you better at everything. Did anime lie to me?
Dr. Shasha saying, a pirate stealing someone else's ship? Inconceivable. That's the thing. When he first started up, before he met Blackbeard, like, historically speaking, the real Stede Bonnet, when he first started pirating, what he would do is he would, like, board the people's ship and be like, aha, you have been pirated by the gentleman pirate Stede Bonnet. And then he wouldn't really do anything, and he just set them loose.
So you just inconvenience people.
Yes, but then the fourth ship he got, that ship was from Barbados, or whatever island Stede was from. And so he burned that ship because he didn't want them to go home and tell on him. So yeah, Stede Bonnet is a hilarious story. I highly recommend the Citation Needed episode on it. Citation Needed is a podcast where they'll, like, their tagline is, we read a single article about it on Wikipedia and pretend we're experts because that's the internet and this is how it works now. And it's a great podcast. I highly recommend it. And they often do more than just read the Wikipedia article. But, like, they have an episode on Stede Bonnet that is hilarious, and I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Oh, geez. I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, that's how I'm dealing with Sneeko. Boys will be boys. Fuck you, Sneeko.
Jesus Christ.
Ian Miles Chong says, some people find this extremely wholesome McDonald's ad offensive. Why? Did you find it offensive? This was a video that was a McDonald's ad for Japanese that was just like, these guys eating some McDonald's food. And the kid, like, goes, and then they smile at the kid because the kid did a cute thing. And not a single person found it offensive. But bunch of right-wingers were in the comments of that ad being like, this ad is triggering the lefties.
Is it just because it's showing a typical nuclear family and they think that we don't like that?
That's the thing. That's the side debate that's going on in this, is that there might be, like, it might be considered problematic because anime can sometimes depict fully grown women as kind of infantile. So if you look at the two girls in this ad, they don't look all that different in age.
One could technically be the mom.
Yeah, and that's what they were probably going for, but there were a bunch of people that were also hypothesizing that they were sisters, and that's the dad. But my point is, like, none of the leftists were complaining about this because it's it's a depiction of a nuclear family. Like, everybody was, like, all the right-wingers were pretending.
Dude, freaking Yellow Flash made a video on this that is, it's got 171,000 views, and it's just Japanese McDonald ad about family causes woke meltdown. They hate the nuclear family.
Does he have any screenshots of any quote unquote woke people actually melting down over this?
Let me see here. Let me see. I'm clicking through his whole video. McDonald's Japan versus evil McDonald's. And not.
Because, like, I've not seen a single person freaking out about this aside from right-wing people claiming that people are freaking out about it.
There's one person called Rhea who said 70,000 white supremacists are going to make think pieces about this. But that's not freaking out about
it. That is predicting that these people are going to pretend that we're freaking out about it, which they are doing. Prediction confirmed. That's more accurate prophecy than the Bible.
There's people... I'm seeing a whole bunch of people saying, are people on this platform throwing a hissy fit over this? But I'm not seeing anybody throwing a hissy fit. Hold on.
Nobody is.
Discourse Catharsis says, why are so many bigots and literal Nazis on this cute little McDonald's ad? All the homophobic right-wingers who treat Japan like some conservative utopia are coming out of the woodwork. Like, they're obsessed with hating drag queens.
Japan's an atheist country.
Like,
why do conservatives like Japanese stuff?
They love Japan because it is racially homogeneic. The company is, or the country is actually fairly xenophobic. They like that. That makes them happy.
Okay.
I'm not.
They don't have guns in Japan.
And they don't have a lot of areas for cows, so you can't go there and get easy cheeseburger like you can here. I am almost to the end of Yellow Flash's video, and I am not seeing anything. Oh, there's his Patreon advertisement. Never mind. There's nothing. It's an 8-minute and 22-second video where he goes.
And how many views does it have?
171,000.
I'm on the wrong side, man. There's so much more money on the other side.
You make so much more money by being a grifting asshole than you do being honest on this platform. I swear to God.
I was talking earlier about the video I'm responding to, where it's the facts of the Bible thing. And there were several times when I'm writing my script where I accidentally made a better point than Ray in Ray's favor. And I turned it into a running joke, but I would be so much better of an apologist than some of these apologists. I could make so much money at that shit. Especially now that I've been a public atheist. I could, how much I could cash in on the I used to be an atheist and now I'm a Christian? Fucking morals, man. They're keeping me poor. God damn it. Patreon.com/ViceRhino. Patreon.com/whatever the fuck Suris is.
Oh my God. I'm going to go change the URL to actually read that. Whatever the fuck, sir.
Next tweet. Oh, apparently J.K. Rowling just released a new book called The Running Grave. I didn't know she released a new book. Is it another bunch of compilations of fake tweets of her going through persecution porn?
I have no idea because I only found out about this today.
Yeah. So in another universe, the streets are empty and bookstores are full because the greatest living author of our time... fuck off. Even when I was a Harry Potter fan, I didn't think that.
No, she's
just published her new masterpiece. Instead, extremists are denying people the freedom to read a good book. Nobody's denying them that freedom. Nobody even knew this book existed because it was marketed like shit.
All right, so there's an opinion that I have...
Because she dared stand for women's rights.
I'm gonna say something about a mutual friend of ours, Jimmy, and it's an opinion that me and him have had a small clash over before, but I'm about to change my mind and actually agree with him now. He made a point like 4 or 5 years ago that was, if you're an adult and your favorite book is still Harry Potter, then you need to read more books. And at the time, I was
agree
like,
with that.
At the time, I was like, okay, but that is still one of my favorite book series, and I've read a lot of books. But the more...
Sorry, Michael DeCino just sent me $100 to say don't turn to the dark side. And apparently I still have that guy set up. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yes, Michael. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I forgot that was even a thing. Thank you, Michael.
So originally, when I disagreed with Jimmy about that ages ago on some video we did together, again, years ago, it was because, it still was one of my favorite book series. And it still is one of my favorite book series. But the more I see these people on the internet, these people who just suck the toes of J.K. Rowling in every tweet, the more I'm like, no. I should have let him cook. He had a point. Jimmy had a point. I should have just agreed because it was the correct opinion.
Terry Pratchett is so much better. He's so much... okay, I enjoy the Harry Potter books.
Mm-hmm.
They are not fantastic literature. They're fun little stories. They're fun little stories.
They're fun mystery novels set in a fantasy school.
Yeah.
With no actual rules to magic.
But if you want actual clever writing, Terry Pratchett is fantastic. I just finished listening to Small Gods on audiobook not too long ago, narrated by Andy fucking Serkis because he's fucking amazing. It's a great book. And there's so many just clever little one-liners.
I'll take Drew Karpyshyn. I'll take Todd McCaffrey. I will take fucking Jim Butcher. I will take all of them.
Who's the guy that wrote The Martian? Andy Weir.
I haven't read The Martian.
Andy Weir. Well, I'm not actually talking about The Martian. He wrote another book. Oh God, what's it called? It's one of my favorite books, and I can't fucking remember its title. It's like he some guy goes to a distant star, searching for this thing that information that could potentially save the Earth, and he meets a species that never develops sight, but sees with sound waves, and the way that they navigate communicating to each other, and how this material is transparent to the alien but it's not transparent to the human, and vice versa and stuff. It's a fantastic book, very well written, very heartwarming and heartfelt, but while still being scientifically fascinating. Project Hail Mary, yes, that one. Thank you, Drathage. Great book. Project Hail Mary, highly recommend it.
Garth Nix, that was the other one I was going to say that I blanked on. Dude's written a shit ton of books that I loved as a kid and still love as an adult.
Yeah. Douglas Adams is good as well. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that series, the further it goes on, the more stretched it seems.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of recycling material. I don't really know where to go with this. I'm just going to make up another ridiculous thing.
But these are all contemporary authors that have made works that are better and more thought-provoking than Harry Potter.
Yeah. And that's not to say Harry Potter is bad. It's just not it's not amazing.
It's one of my favorite book series of all time.
Okay.
I literally reread.
So I'm sitting here thinking about this. I'm like, it's a fun little series. But then I'm like, you know what else I have called fun in this stream? The 1998 Godzilla movie.
Yeah?
What's that say about my taste?
You know what? It says that you're a man of culture. Your culture just sucks.
No. I can appreciate bad stuff for being bad and funny, but I can also appreciate the finer things. In my stupid video that I'm making coming up, I make a semi-subtle Shakespeare reference.
Mm-hmm.
That I make it obvious at first, but then later on in that section, I continue on with the Shakespeare reference, and I don't mention that it's Shakespeare. That's something that smart people do, right?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't
sure,
fucking
man.
know. Next tweet. Lauren Boebert! A majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck under Joe Biden. This is so far from the American dream that we all want to aspire to. Just getting by shouldn't be the standard for our nation, but under Biden's economy, you're lucky to be able to even be able to get by. Want to go back to what she said when Biden tried to forgive student loans to make it easier for people to not live paycheck to paycheck? She said, "Oh, he's taking Americans' money to fund degrees in lesbian dance theory."
Almost as if Republicans talk out their ass. Also, I'm curious, how many policies do you think Lauren Boebert has co-sponsored or
None.
tried
Zero.
Tried to pen and failed herself?
She has not gotten anything passed. She's not gotten anything brought to a vote.
So this is a politician who is the very definition of useless person.
Yeah.
And
she will go down in history as the person who gave a guy a handy in a theater.
Over anything she actually manages to do.
Yep. That is the last tweet, and I really gotta pee. So I'm just gonna end it here. As always, fuck off.